What's good, people? Yo, what's going on? 101 Posse. Great game last night. Really entertaining. And you guys always make it an additional fun factor by being in the chat live as we do the watch alongs. And the live streams are getting really popular now. Over 2,000 people watched the one last night. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who participated in that. But it was a very entertaining game. And look, it's never a place that we've gone and had great success. Outside of the last 3 years, we haven't really done much there. We've lost 3 games on the bounce, and we made ourselves accountable, and I enjoy watching these guys play. Talking to Ella African Guna before the game, Ella African Guna saying he'd like to see a Bambi, he'd like to see it, and I was just like, no, brother, we got to leave them guys out of it. We want to see Nelson, we want to see Pepe, we want to see Willock, we want to see all the guys who don't really get a chance to play in the first team and let them push forward, especially Nketiah, although I thought Nketiah was going to start against Liverpool anyway. But did those guys ever turn up? I mean, Nelson was the truth, man. Nelson just ran things, did everything, Nelson played in that Willian spot. Kind of had a free roll sitting behind Nketiah, waving to the left, waving to the right, dropping back, helping Elneny in the midfield pick up tackles and win balls. He was fantastic. David Luiz as well. A lot of people are saying David Luiz is the man of the match. I have to put both Reiss Nelson and David Luiz as the best players on the field. Saka was decent, but he did drop off in the second half. He had a very, very good first half. Same again, mixed boat with Pepe. Pepe in the first half was non-existent, and in the second half he just came alive. And I really like what he did in the second half. It just goes to show you when he commits himself with some level of urgency how good Pepe can be. But he's not playing well enough to surpass Willian in that first team. He just isn't, and I've got to be fair on that. And Nketiah, solid game from Nketiah throughout. The little intricacies, the passing, the 1-2s, the movement in the box, same kind of quality that you've seen from him. He's so consistent. That's now 6 goals in his last 4 games for club and country now for Nketiah. Yeah, he cannot stop scoring at the moment. Right now, we're hearing that Lacazette and Torreira could be used as funds in order to get Aouar and to get Partey. And if this is something that the club are truly looking, but they have to have some kind of plan, right? Transfer market is going to be over in a matter of a week and a half, so they have to have some kind of plan. Because look, Leon ain't moving from, we put a bid in last week. They haven't rejected it. They're just saying top it up. Yeah, they're saying, look, we'll do the deal, top it up. And right now they're just sitting back up and waiting to see what we're going to do. And notice that so-called Arsenal have been going after Jorginho for Chelsea. That I don't believe that at all. They're saying that he's a backup to Aouar. I don't believe that at all. I just think that those are smoke signals to let Leon know, if you don't drop your price, you now get no money, and we're going to go in a different direction. It's transfer market tactics. Teams do it all the time. Yeah, the Thomas Partey one, which I said there's only about 30% chance they get done. I'm still going to stay on that because they're not really talking about shifting anything in regards to Torreira. They're just leaving that flat. The Torreira deal seems to have nothing to do with the Partey deal. And it's a little bit silly because you can't have one rule for one and one rule for the other. You can't say, we've got to give you full cash up front for Partey, and at the same time, they won't even give us full cash up front for Torreira. That don't work, yeah? Imagine if we said to them, we want Partey on loan. That's foolishness. So how are you going to tell us that you want Torreira on a year's loan? Look, as far as I'm concerned, Torino are still front runners because the manager used to be the Sampdoria manager who managed Torreira before he came to Arsenal. And I think that that's a good relationship for the player. The better team would be Atletico, no doubt about that. But they're just playing silly bollocks at the moment, and there's not enough time. The days are shortening, time is running out. Arsenal need to bag these 2 deals. And a lot of people are saying, we're going to go to Liverpool, we're going to get roasted, and then we're going to start panic buying. No, guys, that's what happened when we lost 8-2 to Man United. I don't see that happening right here. I think that there's so much that you can do in this tight transfer window with COVID, changing the game and messing things up for a lot of teams. And I think whatever Arsenal don't get to achieve this year, don't worry about it, yeah? You brought in some players, you've got a system that works, you're going to have another crack at the top 4 next year when you offload Mustafi, offload Socrates, offload Klasnach, offload Ozil, you're saving 650 grand a week. That's like 34, 35 million that you're going to be saving just on those players. So you'll have more money, you'll have more clout, you'll have more of a financial backbone, and then the game will be more stabilized in the face of COVID. Look, no one's able to solve the problems in one transfer window. Nobody has, not one single team. So it's going to take time regardless of what happens. If right now I would just focus on Aouar or focus on Partey, just, you know, trying to get to, it just seems impossible for them to do it. And if they do it, they do it, yeah? And where I'm looking at it, focus on one player, get rid of some players to make a difference. Don't worry about Lacazette because we already got replacement for Lacazette. Don't worry about Torreira because he ain't even getting in the team right now. And my man Elneny was a viper again yesterday. Boy, Elneny, not played a bad game yet. 3 games. Community Shield, Fulham, and then Leicester last night. Man, dominating the midfield. That's all he's doing. He's dominating the midfield in ways that I have not seen Xhaka do. And he's completely committed. It would be really strange to see if he goes out on loan, but I don't think he'll go out on loan because he's just an asset to the team. And speaking of an asset to the team, no sign of Guendouzi last night and no sign of Mesut Ozil. And this is off the back of Arteta saying that he's wiped a clean slate with everybody. No, you haven't. Hey, brother, no, you haven't. Because if we were seeing a clean slate, we'd be seeing Mandem lining up, playing in the red and white shirt, and it just didn't happen last night. We did not see those players even in the squad. So Mesut Ozil's time is done. Matteo Guendouzi's time as an Arsenal player is done. Unless something drastic happens, I don't see them guys ever playing for Arsenal again. And that is on the board. It's got nothing to do with the players, yeah? Nothing to do with Arteta. This is higher up. This is higher up saying we don't want them 2 people being a part of the team and we have to move on from there. And it's ridiculous really because both guys are assets to the team. Both guys can help the team and we're paying them. Yeah, we might only be paying Guendouzi 30 grand, but it's still 30 grand a week. Yeah? And he's a very good midfielder. It's not even close to say he's decent. He's a very good. When chosen to play for Arsenal, he's normally been starting in our team. The reason why Ceballos wasn't starting last season was because Guendouzi was starting. Let's make that clear. The rest of the team just was not performing. There were some solid players on the back end of last year, and I'll talk about Guendouzi, I'll talk about Maitland-Niles, and there were certain players, Torreira again, who were playing really well when we just fell apart under Emery. And those are players who held their own, but they've not really shone in the new team, and I'm talking about Guendouzi and Torreira. Haven't really shone. Maitland-Niles has, and again, he played a decent game last night. Really heady game from him, but again, never put a foot wrong. And some of the through balls he was playing through was putting Leicester under danger. But Leno had a decent game last night. Apart from losing sight of the Madison chip, I thought he did well. He came off his line twice and made very, very good saves. But look, he's always done that. You know, no one's ever knocked Leno at making saves. The problem is when the ball starts to come in from set pieces and the distribution. The distribution last night was okay, but again, the set pieces and the crosses last night was a little bit hideous, and he's going to continue to be judged. And we're not even talking about Martinez. Martinez showed us what good looks like, and now we know what level Leno has to be at, and he ain't there yet. And that's all there is to it. And to be honest, I said before the game I would have liked to see Runarsson. I would have liked to see the new signing. Why was he not ready? Why didn't he play? You got these guys coming in, you got to build them up. We're going to be having more of these games moving on, because it might be Lincoln or Liverpool in the next round. I don't think you put that man in against Liverpool, but hey, you know, who knows? I think Leno needs as much time as possible to get himself up to speed, because he ain't there yet. And that's all from me, guys. Listen, I'm going to pick up with you guys tomorrow. And remember, we've got our live Premier League show happening on Friday night, 10 o'clock. So I'll see you guys there. Peace, and I'm out. Nice one, guys.